Okay, I'm just kidding. I was just messing with you guys. So, welcome to my Path of Exile video. This, again, as I specified in one of my previous videos, I'm going to be covering Path of Exile and RuneScape videos on my channel going forward. So, what's going on with Path of Exile? What are my thoughts on it? What is going on with the game? And how am I going to make content going forward? So, I've decided because I'm getting old and my reflexes are not the way that they used to be. They're not as good as they used to be. They're not as quick as they used to be. Yeah, I think I've said that already, but that's besides the point. So, Path of Exile, why and how and who and everything else. I've decided that I don't need to go over what I decided. That's in one of the previous videos. Let's talk about Path of Exile. Let's talk about why I enjoy Path of Exile. Let's talk about why you might enjoy Path of Exile. So, well, we're going to hop on one of my low characters because it's not going to be really geared out, really awesome, anything else of the sort. It's just going to be a standard character. Obviously, we're going to Act 5, but we're not worried about that. This was a nice little set. Oh, I love this. Wait, where's my hands? Where's my hands? Ow. What? Oh, there it is. Ah, there's my hands. I was like, wait. There we go. Okay. So, I bought this set. I like the set. It's cool. We're going to go into the Dry Lake just so we can kind of explain. Path of Exile is a action RPG, much like Diablo, Diablo 2, Diablo 3 would be. And as you can see, this is a very cool affecting character. Now, this is stuff that I purchased separately. Your character's not going to look like this with MXTs on, stuff like that. So, this game is very, very complex and fast reaction. And I specify fast reaction because some things will require you to react really fast in the game. Can I kill everything else so I need to get out of this area, but like now, oh no! Ah! Go away! Go away, Hillock! How rude! How dare you interfere with my video making? This is why we kicked you out of the game. Great. Bargain! Go away. Alright. There we go. We bargained with him. Nothing good on the ground. Alright, so. I just had to deal with that. Alright, so actually let's run over to my hideout. Because there I won't have any extra things. I can look at my hideout and sit in the room. Woohoo! Excellent. So, let's zoom in on my character just because we want it to be more zoomed in. Anyway, here's the concept of Path of Exile. It's very complex. Has a lot of customization and a lot of theory crafting and almost an infinite possibility of options in this game. I specify this because this is your passive tree that you could possibly use. It's so many points. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about why we're not going to cover stuff like this, how to use that, how to worry about it, or anything else of the sort. We're not going to cover all this other stuff that's in here. We're not going to cover all the different things that I've set up. We're only going to cover why I think you should play Path of Exile. And after spending probably 2 years playing the game, I've only successfully this year, or this league, killed Shaper, which is one of the endgame bosses that sits right here. And it's only recently that this league that I killed the Guardians that lead to the Shaper. Now, I have not killed the Uber Elder in a red thing. That's a whole different aspect. We're not covering it. We'll cover it in later videos. We'll cover those things in later forms. So, let's talk about how Path of Exile works. You have items, right, that you equip to do more damage, and specific items work for or against you. Obviously, this is all leveling gear. This is stuff that you won't use in endgame. Not a single thing here matters. Nothing on my character at this moment matters other than that this is going to be the bow that I use once I 6-link it for the end of the game. Right? Now, the reason why I specify that this game is worth playing for anyone. And again, this light is in a terrible place. It's not reflecting off my face. So I have to like, hi guys, I have to sit real close like this in order for you to see my face. This is awesome, isn't it? You want to look at my face like this? I don't. I wouldn't want to look at my face like this. But let's go backwards. All right. So Path of Exile. I didn't write a script for this, and that's kind of the problem. I should have wrote a script for this because then it would be a lot easier to convey what I'm trying to explain. So Path of Exile is a game that you can pick any one of the characters in here. Now you have a duelist, you have a marauder, you have a Templar, you have a witch, a shadow, a ranger, and a scion. Every character can play every ability in the game. There's not a single ability that you can't use in this game for your characters, right? And I specify this because these items are based off skill gem, right? So this is a character that I played earlier, and it's like skill gems, right? Each gem has a different effect. Each gem has a different reason, a different meaning, and different everything. There's melee, there's range, there's magic. There's nothing this game doesn't have, and they're always adding more and more and more. So to give you an idea, Lily here, here's all of basically your melee items or your melee skills. Your strength-based gems, let's go that way. Your strength-based gems, because there are a few in here that are going to be ranged and other things like that. So, actually, I don't think there's a ranged one in here. Consecrated Path, it leaps you forward. Totem builds. Totem's kind of... I wonder if there's a shockwave totem build. Anyway, yeah, like there's not many ranged abilities in this, right? These are just all your different abilities. Here's your supports that can make them do more damage, less damage. Cast when on melee kill, you get to do something. Cast when you take damage. Fortify, things like that. There's so many things to cover. I'm not going to cover them all in this video, only just like the generic things. Here's some of your ranged and your other melee abilities, like Toxic Rain, which is what one of my other characters is using. And then there's some support gems to go along with it, where you can fire 5 projectiles at once or 3 projectiles at once. And then there's your magic ones. These are mainly everything that's your intellect based. I don't think there's many intellect-based ones that are melee. I don't think there is one. I could be wrong. Is Lightning Strike in this? No. Okay. Good. Whew. Well, technically, Lightning Tendrils is a melee build because it's just like it's in front of you, like you hold your hand out and it comes out of your fingertips. So it's like anyway, I have a lot of fun with this when I don't have it scripted out, and it also goes absolutely nowhere. There's the thing I was talking about. I haven't killed Red Elder in a red map with Shaper surviving yet. Not done it. Because I suck at this game. Okay? I suck at it. I don't need you to tell me I suck at it. I know I suck at it, okay? But here's why you should play Path of Exile. Because it's got infinite possibilities in it, and it keeps expanding. I believe this game is 100% better than Diablo 3. And the reason for that is there's customization. I'm playing a duelist. This duelist, he has one ability connected called Blade Flurry. You throw some blades out in front of you, and then they recall. He's got a little war chief thing that, like, attacks things as well. He can leap around repetitively like a madman. He can throw this and then leap over it. He can jump over a candlestick. That's besides the point. There's infinite possibilities in this game. You can make a witch in this game and run it from where it starts out over here over to here and make it a bow-based character. You can make it a tanky-based character by going over here. You can make a duelist a poison-based character by taking it over here. You can make a scion do everything. there's so much possibility. Like there's obviously some things that are better to use than another thing. When it comes to spell casting and things like that, obviously a Shadow Witch or Templar or Scion that's in the center are better at because they just have easier access to the spell-based parts of the gems. But that doesn't mean you can't do it on a Marauder. I specify that because one of my favorite characters to play in this game, is it this one? Yes! This character! Let me explain how this character is. He's considered a righteous fire character. Look, he burns, here, let's make it better. He burns the ground. He's like, yay, I set everything on fire. Here's the downside. Oh god, I'm killing myself. Why would I do this? It's a righteous fire character. How righteous fire works. If we look at the skill gem, base duration is... Oh no, there's no duration. Enemies burn for 40% of your maximum life per second as fire damage. Enemies burn for your maximum energy shield. Energies burn for 90% of your maximum life. You burn for 90% of your maximum life per second as fire damage. And same with energy shield. And when you max it up, it gains other things. It says grants 39% more spell damage. Then you can scale it with, efficacy, which does 19% more spell damage and 24% damage over time. Increased area effect that makes it a wider thing. Obviously, if we take this out, it loses some space. I have to turn my Purity of Fire back on so I can regen my life, right? And then you got Elemental Focus, which is, they no longer ignite, they just burn. They don't ignite. Ignite's a different mechanic in the game. And then you can add Conk Effect into it and be like, haha, it's smaller now. Now I burn less of an area but do more damage. The game has infinite possibilities. There's so much you can do in it. Righteous Fire means you just run through stuff. You equip up, a shield charge and just run through stuff and it just burns to death. You just do this through the whole map, through the whole game. Now, obviously, you can't run Righteous Fire from level 1. There's a whole video on it. I'll have something I'll cover later and things. And as you see, I have 8,300 health. Obviously, if we take off our, what's it called there? We'll let it kill us. It doesn't actually kill you, but if you hit 1 HP and something touches you like a running leaf, you die. But Path of Exile, it's got infinite possibilities. There's a crafting system that you can get really involved with that like a lot of the more famous streamers will do. There's so much customization possibility in this game that if you wanted to play this game with zero knowledge, it would take you years to master. It would take you years to become familiar with it, unless you're a fucking genius. I don't mean to curse in my videos, I try not to do that. Unless you're a genius, you don't figure this stuff out easily. There's so many things to do in it. There's so much possibility in it. And yes, it's a dungeon crawler. It's the same thing as Diablo 3. Eventually, you're going to hit a point where you're just like doing the same thing for the 800th time and for the 3rd month in a row. But they change up the league. It adds new leagues every 3 months. I think it's every 90 days we get a new league, or it's 90 days that a league runs, and then a week downtime, and then the league starts. So, yeah, something like that. They run maybe 92 days, maybe 93. It depends on how successful the league is, whether or not it gets the extra week or if it gets a race challenge. There's so many different things that you can do in this game that if you truly sat down and tried to learn every specific aspect of it, it would take you a while to do so. Some people will do it in 3 weeks. Some people will take 5 years. I say 5 years to make it sound like really dramatic. It's not like that, because you can research it and learn it faster if you put the time into learning it. It's not something that you like walking. It becomes natural over time. Eventually it would become natural. It becomes muscle memory, things like that. You know what you're doing. But because it's a dungeon crawler with a decent crafting system, there's so many possibilities where you can have something go right or have something go wrong. And there's, like any other game, there's hardcore, there's softcore, but they've got a solo self-found thing where you can't get help from anyone else. You are just by yourself praying that you get to find the item that you need. Like this combs heart, this item either drops or this item can be made through divination cards. Hold on the topic in the game. The reason that you should play Path of Exile is because of its customization, the ability to play how you want, a very good end game, very good switch ups on league mechanics, so many different things to do. One of my personal favorite things in this game is the mine. This is an infinite mine. It just goes on forever. There's no end. Right now, like just it's infinite. So here's the start. This is the only thing that it has. It has a beginning. But you can keep going and going and going and going and going and going. Like, this isn't the end. I just haven't discovered far enough down for the chart to keep going. I could keep running, but I don't. I've been taking a break from it. As you can see, my friends have all been taking breaks from it. It's near the end of a league. Nobody really wants to play it as much because they're burnt out. More people are playing the other games. But there's so much customization. There's so many possibilities in this game to scale characters to do more damage. There's so much theory crafting. There's so many topics I can cover that it's going to be impossible to explain it in a short video. Hundreds of hours could be spent explaining the different things between the different builds, the different possibilities, the different gems you can use, everything. So what we're going to do with our next video, because at the end of each of my videos, I want to explain what my next week video is going to be about. Next week, we're going to cover the actual classes in the game, their ascendancies, and how they work. So this next video won't be for the seasoned player. This will be for somebody new coming into it and what it means to you. Now, hopefully, as I go through, I will eventually get editing software and I can cut out my ramblings and start doing Photoshop and things like that again. But at the time, I don't have anything like that. So you just get this rough cut and I ramble and everything else. So anyway, thanks for watching my crappy video on why you should play Path of Exile. I hope to do a better job on my next video. I kind of like put this together last minute that I wanted to do this. But yeah, basically, play Path of Exile. And if you play hardcore, don't die. If you play softcore, die as many times as you want. Like, I mean, I did 133 times on this character. I'll die another 133 times later. It's fun. I don't play hardcore. I suck at it. Don't ask me why. I just suck at it. Anyway, we'll see you next video when we cover the classes and ascendancies. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one.